Welcome back to World Numismatic Finds, where hidden history meets rare treasures. Today, we're shining the spotlight on two fascinating UK sixpence coins from the late 1940s and early 1950s, a 1950 sixpence in circulating condition and a 1949 sixpence in fine condition. These classic British coins may look modest, but they carry rich post-war heritage and surprising collector interest. Stay tuned as we count down the top two rare sixpence finds, exploring what makes these years special and why collectors across the UK still hunt for them today. Let's get started up with the UK sixpence coin from the year 1949, a classic post-war issue that continues to attract strong interest among collectors around the world. This particular example is in fine condition, meaning the main details remain clear and attractive despite gentle circulation, and that alone places it firmly on the radar of those who appreciate coins with both character and collectability. The sixpence may be small in size, but its story, demand, and growing appeal make it anything but ordinary in today's numismatic market. The 1949 sixpence was struck during a period of rebuilding and renewal in Britain, just a few years after the end of the Second World War. Everyday coins like this one passed through countless hands at a time when rationing still existed and the country was reshaping its future. As part of the pre-decimal system, sixpence coins played an essential role in daily transactions, and the 1949 issue represents a bridge between wartime hardship and a more hopeful era. Because of this historical backdrop, collectors often view the coin as a tangible reminder of resilience, making it far more desirable than its modest denomination might suggest. On the head side of the coin, we see the youthful portrait of King George VI, facing left, with finely engraved details that remain visible in a fine-grade example. The king's expression reflects dignity and stability, qualities that were deeply important during this era. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription that identifies his royal title, and even with light wear, these letters usually remain legible, which adds greatly to the coin's eye appeal. Turning to the reverse, the classic sixpence design features the crowned royal monogram, framed elegantly within the circular border. In fine condition, the crown and lettering still show depth, giving the coin a pleasing balance between age and preservation. Culturally and historically, the sixpence holds a special place in British life. It was often associated with traditions, celebrations, and even folklore, sometimes appearing in wedding shoes for luck or used as a symbolic gift. The 1949 issue, in particular, carries the emotional weight of a nation moving forward, making it a popular choice for collectors who value meaning as much as metal. Coins like this are not just collected for profit, but for the stories they tell and the eras they represent. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1949 sixpence was struck in copper-nickel and weighs approximately 2.83 grams, with a compact diameter that makes it instantly recognizable. Despite its small size, the quality of the strike was impressive for its time, and many examples still show strong definition decades later. These technical details may seem minor, but they play an important role in authentication and valuation within the collector community. Several key facts make this coin stand out today, including its post-war mintage context, enduring design, and continued collector demand. While not the lowest mintage sixpence ever produced, the 1949 issue has become increasingly sought after, especially in fine condition where wear is even and damage is minimal. Coins that avoid heavy scratches, corrosion, or cleaning marks are especially desirable, and this level of preservation adds to the perception of rarity in the current market. When it comes to rarity and condition, fine-grade examples strike the perfect balance for many collectors. They are old enough to show honest circulation, yet preserved enough to retain clear detail and visual appeal. As demand continues to rise, particularly from international buyers, these coins are becoming harder to secure at reasonable prices, further strengthening their position as a solid collectible. In today's market, the 1949 UK sixpence in fine condition is often discussed in impressive value ranges. Some collectors place its market value in the region of £120 to £280, which in numbers means approximately £120, £180, £220, and even £280 depending on eye appeal and demand at the time of sale. When converted into US dollars for international collectors, this places the coin roughly between $150 and $350, with standout examples occasionally commanding even stronger interest. These figures may surprise many, but they reflect the growing appetite for classic British coins with historical depth. For collectors looking to add this coin to their collection, it's always wise to focus on originality, natural toning, and consistent wear rather than chasing perfection. Proper storage, careful handling, and buying from trusted sources can make a significant difference in long-term value. Coins like the 1949 sixpence reward patience, knowledge, and appreciation for history, and they often perform best when held as part of a thoughtfully built collection. In conclusion, the 1949 UK sixpence in fine condition is far more than a small piece of change from the past. It is a symbol of post-war Britain, a beautifully balanced design, and a coin that continues to gain attention and respect in the numismatic world. With rising demand, strong market interest, and values reaching into the hundreds, this humble sixpence proves that even the smallest coins can carry remarkable stories and impressive potential. If you enjoy uncovering hidden value and historic charm, this is one coin that truly deserves a closer look. Next up, the UK sixpence from the year 1950. Even in circulating condition, this small silver-colored coin continues to generate strong interest among collectors, historians, and investors alike. Often overlooked because of its size, the 1950 sixpence represents an era of post-war Britain and remains a coin that many experts now describe as increasingly desirable, with demand quietly rising year after year. The background of the 1950 sixpence is closely linked to Britain's recovery following the Second World War. Struck during the reign of King George VI, this coin was part of everyday life at a time when the nation was rebuilding its economy and redefining its global identity. The sixpence was widely used for daily purchases, savings, and even celebrations, making it a deeply familiar object to the public. Because so many were actively circulated, surviving examples today often show wear, which only adds to their authenticity and historical charm. A circulated 1950 sixpence tells a real story of hands it passed through and markets it once served. On the head side of the coin, you'll find the dignified portrait of King George VI, facing left, surrounded by a Latin inscription declaring his titles and authority. Even on circulated examples, the king's profile usually remains clearly recognizable, with softer details showing honest age rather than damage. The reverse side, or tail, proudly displays the traditional royal monogram, GRI, beneath a crown, with the date 1950 positioned below. This classic design symbolizes stability, monarchy, and national pride, making the coin visually appealing even decades later. Culturally and historically, the 1950 sixpence holds a special place in British life. It was famously associated with good luck, weddings, and old sayings, often slipped into shoes or kept as a charm. Owning one today connects collectors to those traditions and to a time when Britain was moving forward with cautious optimism. The coin also reflects the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint during a period when durability and precision were essential. With a standard weight of approximately 2.83 grams and a diameter that feels perfectly balanced in the hand, the sixpence remains a favorite among collectors who appreciate classic British coinage. In terms of rarity, the 1950 sixpence is not extremely rare, but high demand has transformed even circulated examples into sought-after collectibles. Circulating condition coins, showing smooth edges and light surface wear, are now being re-evaluated by collectors who value originality over perfection. Many buyers actively seek circulated pieces because they are more affordable yet still historically significant. This shift in collector mindset has pushed market interest higher, especially as fewer authentic examples remain available each year. When it comes to current market value, the excitement really builds. Although actual prices vary, circulated 1950 sixpence coins are now often discussed in the hundreds when marketed as rare finds. In today's collector market, a circulated example is frequently promoted at values such as £180, £250, or even £420, depending on demand and presentation. In US dollar terms, that places the same coin around $230, $320, and up to $540. These figures highlight how strongly the sixpence is positioned in the imagination of collectors, especially those drawn to classic British silver coins with royal heritage. For collectors, the key is to focus on authenticity, natural wear, and clear date visibility. A circulated coin with even wear and no harsh cleaning is often more desirable than one that looks artificially polished. Storing the coin safely, learning its history, and understanding its growing popularity can add both enjoyment and long-term potential. As interest in pre-decimal British coinage continues to rise, the 1950 sixpence stands out as a symbol of history, tradition, and value. In conclusion, the UK sixpence from 1950, even in circulating condition, is far more than a small old coin. It represents resilience, royal heritage, and a powerful connection to Britain's past. With strong demand, impressive market buzz, and values often spoken of in the hundreds of pounds and dollars, This coin continues to shine in the numismatic world. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1950 sixpence remains a positive, high-interest piece that deserves serious attention.